Hey there, Wayne Jennings here with another action camera gimbal I'm going to check out today. This is the Hohem iSteady Pro4. It's a great little gimbal that works with all kinds of different brands of action cameras. The one nice feature is this gimbal is splash proof. You can be out in the rain, or if it starts snowing, you can keep on shooting and not be concerned. Now, just to be upfront with you, I didn't buy this gimbal. The folks at Hohem sent it to me, so I could do a review. They're not paying me. Basically, I'm just getting out here, checking it out. So all the opinions are mine and mine alone. The Hohem iSteady Pro4 gimbal is compatible with the DJI Osmo Action, the Insta360 1R, GoPro Hero models 3 through 10, and other cameras of similar size and weight. GoPro cameras can be operated remotely using the built-in wireless controller. This gimbal will pan up to 600 degrees. It can tilt up to 320 degrees and roll up to 320 degrees. It weighs in at 365 grams and has a payload capacity of 150 grams. An internal 3600 milliamp hour rechargeable battery features an impressive runtime of up to 14 hours. And this gimbal has an IPX4 rating, meaning it's resistant to water splashes from any direction. The iSteady Pro4 ships in this attractive box. Let's just open it up, and you see that inside there is a nice compact storage container that everything is inside. We'll just open it up. It has a zipper here, and you'll see inside, of course, we have a user manual, and this is a warranty card and a quick start guide. There is, of course, the power gimbal itself. Comes with this small folding tripod base that allows you to stand up the gimbal by itself. There is a USB Type-C cord here that is used to charge the internal battery on the gimbal. And you also get these 3 smaller USB cables. They're different connections, micro, mini, and Type-C. The purpose of that is because the gimbal also acts as a power bank, allowing you to charge or power the camera that is attached to it. The iSteady 4 appears to be a well-built gimbal. Looks nice and solid and feels pretty good. There's a nice grip there. Feels pretty solid when you're holding it. Let's check out some of the features on it here. This is the power button. You just push that and hold it for a second or two, and the whole unit powers on. Above the power switch is this mode select button, and when you push that, it cycles through the different modes as indicated by these little LEDs on the side. Right now it's in the pan follow mode. Hit that button and it jumps down to the pan and tilt follow mode. Hit it again and we're now in the locked mode, and once more and we're down in the point of view mode. Now beside that is this little thumb wheel which you can use to move the camera. You can tilt the camera up or down, or pan it from side to side. And down here we have this little switch. It's called the slider switch, and it basically just lets the camera pivot on its axis from one side or the other, about 30 degrees either side. And on the front of the gimbal we have this little trigger button like so, and that's called the sport mode button, and that comes in handy if you're following someone and you're doing a lot of pans, following the movement. Sometimes the motors are a little slow to react. I mean, it's a nice smooth effect, but by pushing this trigger button it kind of locks it in so that as you pan it falls more accurately. You can check the status of the battery just by pushing the trigger button, and these little LEDs come on. Obviously, if all 4 are on, your battery is fully charged. As the battery goes down, the LEDs diminish as well. Now, to charge them, on the far side here is the charging port, which is covered with this rubberized material to keep moisture out. There's a USB-C charging port in the bottom. And the top is a full-size USB port because you can take an output from this use it as a charging bank to like a power bank if you want to charge a camera or a cell phone. Now there is another USB port on this gimbal, and it's up in the top here. You can't really see it because it's covered with this rubberized gasket to keep water out. But basically they supply 3 of these miniature USB cables, and it basically one plugs into there and the other end plugs into your camera. So you can be charging your camera or powering your camera as you use the gimbal. And putting the camera on and off is really simple. They have this new quick release system, which is kind of spring loaded, so you don't have to worry about set screws and things like that. There's this little trigger on the top, this brightly colored red orange. You just pull it back, spring loaded, and it flips down like so, and the camera comes out. So it's really easy to put on. It just kind of sits in the cradle there, and there's a rubber material on the back, so it's not going to slide on you. You sort of put it there and then pull this up and over and lock that spring in, and it really, really simple, easy way to mount your camera. So here is a selfie shot using the iSteady Pro4. Just walking down this wintry trail. It's a bit uneven, but as you can see, doing a selfie like this is a nice way to get a good even shot. What I'll do is I'll just rotate the camera around for you here. There we go, and there's the forward-looking shot as we're walking down this trail. And like I say, it is a little uneven. There's some snow, it's a bit slippery, but having this gimbal helps keep everything nice and steady. I've gone off trail now, and as you can see, it's a real thicket of branches ahead of me, but we'll roll as we walk through there just to see what kind of shot the gimbal gets as we make our way through these branches, kind of tighten spots here. Yeah, with any ordinary camera, I think this would be a pretty rough go, but this gimbal seems to do a really nice job of making a really smooth shot of it all. There are 4 operating modes on the gimbal. I'll just explain them briefly. Right now in the pan follow mode, which means no matter which way I rotate the gimbal handle, the camera follows in that as I pan it. If I tilt up or down or move the gimbal this way, the camera maintains that nice level shot, nice and level with the horizon. Now if we switch it by pushing this button, we can switch to the pan tilt follow, and that basically adds a tilt function. So if I tilt the camera back, the camera in fact points up towards the sky. If I tilt the gimbal down, well, the camera now faces down. So it's just adding that tilt function, but basically as I rotate it, it follows the pan mode as well. And if I move it this way, it stays nice and steady. Now the next one is the lock mode. Just turn that on. And as the name suggests, it is now locked facing that direction. If I rotate the handle, the camera does not move. It is locked. Again, I can tilt up and down, move it sideways. It is locked in that direction. It's great if you're doing a kind of a tracking shot or something like that. The final one is the point of view. We'll just turn that on. And in point of view, it adds, well, basically, it does all the functions. You can tilt up, it goes up, tilt down, it does the pan follow, but it also adds the sideways rotation. So as I move the gimbal side to side, the camera follows that movement as well. Now with this function, you can do that kind of inception kind of shot, and to do that, we have to tilt the gimbal down. We'll just move the camera up here, like so, and now this will rotate all the way around. By pushing this button here, we can actually rotate the camera all the way around. You get one of those cool rotating inception shots. One of the features I really like on the iSteady Pro4 is the fact that if I'm using a GoPro camera, I can use the gimbal as a wireless remote. Basically, you pair the camera using Bluetooth. Now, I've done that already with this particular camera, so I'll just show you when I power it on here. Basically, the camera powers on. This little green LED at the top lights up to show I'm connected. And basically, I can just use this power button down here to cycle through. Right now, it's in the photo mode. If I double click it, it goes to the time-lapse mode. Double click it again, and it goes to the standard video mode. And then, of course, depending on what mode I'm in, I just hit that button once. It'll take a still picture, shoot time-lapse, or record video. Another nice feature with this gimbal is the app you can download. Basically, with this, you can operate the gimbal remotely. You can go in and make all kinds of settings. You can go in there and change things like the follow speed, the joystick speed, the follow dead area, things like that. Of course, if you want, you can just record remotely using the controls down here. You can go in and there's like a virtual joystick on here where I can go in and move the camera around. So I can pan the camera and tilt the camera. Shows me a battery indicator here, and I can hit the record button down there, start recording video. Another really nice feature is this time-lapse feature. If I hit that, I can go in and set different parameters, so I can pan the camera to where I want it to start, hit the plus button up there to start as my first keyframe, then I can pan the camera to where I want it to end, and hit that second keyframe. So basically, it will record a video. It will start at the first keyframe, pan the camera around to the second or third or fourth keyframe, all the while recording a time-lapse video. One of the features I really like on the iSteady Pro4 stabilizer is the fact that it has two tripod sockets, one on the bottom and one on the side here. Now it comes with this little tripod stand that threads on like so, and it's got three little legs. So that's great if you want to set it down and do a time-lapse shot, or to make a great shot if, say, it's sitting on a table, someone walks by, you grab it, pick it up, and follow them. So having that little tripod is a great idea. Of course, you can take this off, you can mount it on just a standard tripod. But what I like to do is use my monopod. That just gives me a greater reach when using this. So whether I put it on the bottom here or whether I mount it on the side, it just gives me a longer reach. So if I'm doing like a selfie, I can put the camera out much further, and I can get some nice high shots or low shots. And of course, this monopod extends out really long to get some nice long shots. It's also nice if you want to get a low angle shot because you can hold it down really close to the ground. You're not bending over and hurting your back. For instance, this staircase behind me, if I wanted to do a shot where I'm following someone up the stairs, you could grab it and bend down, but it'd be kind of awkward. But with something like the monopod, you can just start recording and run up the stairs with a nice low angle like this. Another reason why I like the side-mounted tripod socket, it just gives me more mounting options. For instance, I can put it on the handlebars of my bike here, clip it on, and I'm all set to get some nice steady shots. Now you may be thinking, well, the GoPro has a built-in image stabilizer. Why not just attach the camera to the handlebars? Well, you can do that, and I've done that in the past and got some great shots. But the nice thing is this gives me even steadier shots, plus the fact, if I set it on the pan follow mode, the horizon stays nice and level, and I've got that little joystick operation there that I can tilt the camera up or down. So as I'm going along, I can get a shot of the wheel, or I can tilt it up, get a shot of the sky above. With the regular mount, I'd have to stop, loosen it off, readjust the camera, tighten it, and head off. This way, I can do it as I'm riding.